Hey everybody, welcome to another one of Chris's beer reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Mill Street Brewery Barley Wine Beer. It is an extra strong beer. This is to be considered batch number 1114148, but I don't know if I believe that. I'll let you know shortly if I do or not. We got a 500 milliliter jug here, made out of what appears to be porcelain. I believe it's porcelain. It's 11.5% ABV, and this is the 2011 edition. www.millstreet.com is the brewery, and we are in Toronto, Canada with this one. Very, very brief description on the back here. Barley wines are traditional beer. Sorry. Excuse me. Barley wines are traditional winter brews that originate from England, which is something I did not know. These robust ales are long-aged and can be enjoyed for years to come. 4 malts from 4 countries combined with nugget and Saaz hops. When I say Saaz, I don't know if it's Saaz or Saaz, most likely Saaz, S-A-A-Z or Z, to create a full-bodied ale of unparalleled complexity and elegance, always best served in the company of friends. Well, people, I don't know about you, but doesn't appear to be too many friends around, except for the viewers, of course. So thank you very much for joining me on this one. Joel Manning, I apologize, Joe, is the brewmaster. No additives, no preservatives. If I believe that if you were to look inside of this porcelain exterior jug, there will be glass on the inside, which is why it's still returnable at all beers across Canada. Alright, so we got a 2011 little ribbon here. Something is going to tell me, and I'm not going to blame Mill Street, this is not, a plastic sticky. It is a paper sticky, and oh, look what is happening already. Oh, Mill Street, please be one of those breweries that give good sticky things if you're going to put them on. Alright, so one thing that's cool about this, you got a handle. I don't know if you're one of those people that want to, just be like, Sam, I got some beer on my side. Or if you just want to be one of those people who are like, bam, I'm done. So, well, anyways, man, if you're the handle person, don't hang it on your hip. If you're the chugger, get some help, because I'm going to be drinking this my way. Alright, so I'm going to pop the top here. This is also, I know I said it's a jug, but that's because of its size. Otherwise, realistically, just because of the cap, it is considered a, I can't say just because, I said just because of the jug. I was going to say just because of this area here, it is practically a growler, but I'm going to say that it has a growler top, which means that you can reseal this, and you could probably continue drinking it up to 3 to 5 days. So here goes, people. Woo! That's a good pop. No complaints about that. It's really interesting, actually. The inside of this bottle is mighty strange. So I'm going to be using a wine glass today, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm drinking barley wine. So I can't say that this is a re-review. It's either a re-review or I've drank it before and I'm trying it again. The first time that I drank this beer, I'm telling you everything before I take my first sip. The first time that I drank this barley wine, I think was the first time that I realized that barley, as an additive, disgusted me. I really didn't like it. It was utterly disgusted with the whole barley wine beer. Yes, from Mill Street. I don't hate the brewery. I don't love the brewery. They got good stuff. They got bad stuff, just like a lot of breweries. Okay, just like your average breweries. But they're local, and yeah, back to the reason behind this. Since I have had a barley wine beer in general, specifically the 2010 edition, which is the one that I did not like. I don't know if I'm telling you right now that 2011 is better than last year's, or if I'm telling you that it is just good and that you should try it next year. So I'm just building up the suspense, people. These are the things that you got to pay attention to. All right, so now I like barley wine, and now I'm going to be trying a Mill Street barley wine beer, where at one point in my life I considered it to be the most vile thing I have ever had. Uh, since then, a whole year later, I can tell you I've had a lot worse things. So I'm lifting that from the Mill Street Brewery. I've had time to play with this a little bit, give it a little bit of head. In barley wine in general, you're not going to get too much head. Uh, I've had better head in other barley wine brews. No offense, Mill Street. I'm not putting it down. Uh, but you know what? They weren't. They didn't. They weren't served in a jug with a growler top. So there's a lot of things that define, um, what I'm trying to get at here. So here goes, people. It smells a lot sweeter than most barley wine beers. That's for sure. Very sweet aroma, and when I do it that way, I almost kind of pick up like a skunky barley wine. I'm sure that's not in the taste. That's my strange nose for the people out there that know me for not having quite the nose. All right, so I'm gonna give it a shot now, people. Sorry for the build-up. Thank you for your patience. This is where it's at here. People, I do not dislike this beer. I don't know if it's because I've been spinning it so many times and it's kind of taken away from the carbonation, which might have an effect on the booziness of it all, but that's a pretty good sign. You know what? I'm going to tell you straight up. This is the first time I've had a beer, and this is with an incredibly acquired taste and palate here, people. I'm talking about like 270 beer reviews later, approximately. This almost kind of has like a wine-ish approach, um, with a hint of barley, rather than being extreme barley and a little. You know what? I've never tasted the wine in the barley wine. I've only ever noticed the texture of a barley wine, always resembling a wine with carbonation. But in this circumstance, I am actually picking up on the wine and a hint of barley and a hint of booziness. I'm The booziness isn't too strong with me here. You know what? I'm gonna give it a virgin sip here without me spinning it around. Still smells incredibly robust and full of sweetness, but it does not taste too sweet. Honestly, people, I think I may be guilty of pouring last year's barley wine 2010 jug, without asking for a refund, of course. So Mill Street, you still won. Anyways, for those who don't know what the heck I'm talking about, if you go to LCBO, whether you have a receipt or not, and I'm telling you this from experience alone, they know what the hell they sell. And if you bring them something, whether you like the taste or not, or whether you believe it's a bad brew, you are allowed to return it and get a full refund. So when I told Mill Street just now, I didn't even return it. That wasn't not only because I did not know, but out of respect, okay? I do not, try to redeem the cash from companies that still deserve it. So I think you know what? I'm not even going to give you an example of the one and only time I returned a beer because it was so bad. So yeah, I'm gonna throw this up in a nutshell. Okay, people. Thanks for sticking with me for freaking 10 minutes and 13 seconds so far. Again, very sweet. I almost kind of pick up on like a sour sweet. Ooh, I don't know how to explain it. I kind of want to pick up on another kind of a sweetness, but this is kind of like a sour sweet, like a fermented sour sweet. A little bit on the fermentation. Whether there's fermentation here at all, that's what it's providing. So it's not bad, people. And on the range of 11.5%, I'd probably say that this tastes a little bit more like an 8.59% brew. Not picking up on a lot of alcohol there. I no longer am absolutely disgusted with this beer whatsoever. In fact, 2012 is going to come out, and I'm actually going to buy it again, and I'm actually going to tell you whether it's better or not. It's the consistency which matters, right, people? So, yeah, you know what? For barley wines, I'm trying to remember what I gave yesterday. I'm also going to, you know what? Yesterday, when I drank the barley wine, I believe I gave it a 3.7 or a 3.8 out of 5. I'm going to give this one a 3.7 out of 5. I can see what people are not going to like about it who have never had beer before, but I can also see what people who really enjoy beer, people who are true beer snobs, those people are really going to know what they're drinking here. So, my hands are tied, people. I want to do this, and I want to do this. Here I am, 3.7 out of 5. So thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's barley wine beer reviews. Don't drink and drive, but drink responsibly. Thanks for joining me, peeps. Oh man, I just said peeps. I'll never say that again.